Unless we are not required to do the final accounts, then there will be no need for bookkeeping. It will be just a question of making a payment, which is a touch of the pattern. Yes, but in this scenario, we are required to have proper accounting, starting from zero up to the final accounts. That's the way how it is. That's why if we if we are to start accounting today, they will still start us with bookkeeping entries. That's way how it is done. It is actually covered at foundational level of any technician stage. Okay. So bookkeeping is the foundation of accounting. If there is no way we can do any final accounting without bookkeeping knowledge. That is essential. If we are to run an accounting department, we have to engage ourselves in bookkeeping. So without wasting our time, let's go in and walk through the cash books and also part of procurement. Okay, so we log in here, right? Log in here the normal way. So uh, here we put the currency. Yeah. So now, what do I mean by bookkeeping? Bookkeeping means you wanted to make sure that all the expenses, revenue are properly accounted to their particular accounts. Okay? Yes. Yeah. So for example, if we are buying an item, or let's say we are paying for a service such as electricity. Okay, electricity is not a stock item. No, you cannot go and stock uh, electricity in a warehouse. Those are not stock items. So those are direct expenses. Direct expenses, they only involve the generator and the expense concern and the supplier of that utility service. So let's assume that we want to account for a ZESCO or electricity bill. Okay, all we need to do is to make sure that we have a supplier called the ZESCO. Okay, because they are the provider of electricity. So here under supplier creation here, as you can see here, it's written here, supplier data. All you need to do is to do this ZESCO limited. Okay, yeah. Okay. We can put the box if you have all the details down, maybe Lusaka there. Okay. Then here country, of course, is Zambia. Tipping, if they have any tipping, you put it at tipping here. I don't know their tipping. So you put it like that. There you are done. Now you are ready to pass it that expense. So all you need to do is you go here under create general journal. Accountants, like I said, you cannot run away from bookkeeping. You have to handle bookkeeping. Okay, so you check on the invoice date there. If the invoice date says okay, 31 December. Okay, so meaning that bill is for December. So you select here 31 December. Then here you put the where it says reference, you put the bill number. Let's say maybe the invoice number is okay, info number. So maybe this is the invoice number. You put it here. As you can see here, this is a multi currency software. It is asking you because it doesn't know what you want to do, whether you're dealing with the kwacha, you are dealing with the rands, you are dealing with the US dollars, you are dealing with the British pounds. That's why it's asking you to provide an exchange rate so that it knows to say, okay, the currency, the functional currency which is going to be used is this. If you don't provide the exchange rate, it doesn't know. It will not think. So since ZESCO, they are always building kwacha, we'll push 1-to-1, which is the exchange rate for a kwacha is 1-to-1. You see, you know you are dealing with kwacha. If it was something else, would have put the kwacha equivalent there. So I'll put 1 there. Okay. Now, where it says staff, if we are debiting we want to debit to pass this bill to the staff, we would have selected the staff there. Okay, but we are not passing this bill to the staff, no. Okay, we are passing this bill to a supplier called Zesco. Okay, so here we'll jump on staff and the customer. We are not, this is not a customer invoice or customer journal. So we jump straight to the supplier ID and select who? Zesco. Okay, because we want that invoice to go to Zesco. Okay, then we come into Excel data sheet here. Okay, so this one is an expense for electricity. So you select here electricity expense. You see, it comes there. So here you say bill for electricity, electricity for which month? For December 2023. Okay, now instead of repeating this thing, retyping, I'll copy it here like this, Control C to copy it. So that the next line, second line where I will do the balance entry, I will simply go and paste it. Now, if you are here, if you are running a budget, okay, budgetary control, you would have selected the cost center here to say, where was this expense happened? Did it happen in HR? Did it happen in finance? Did it happen in engineering? Did it happen in sales and marketing, information technology, or production? I think there you have where you manufacture the items. Maybe the entire bill was supposed to go there. Now, since you are not running this, I'll leave it open. Let's assume that you are running this. If you are running this, you can, for example, if the entire bill was for production, or we can simply say maybe 80% was for production, 20% was for admin or finance. You can apportion. But if you don't want to use this, you just want direct expense, you leave it. Okay, you come here. Let's say the expense was 1,000. You debit this electricity. You can see this is an expense account called electricity. We are debiting it. Okay, here, since you cannot put a debit and a credit here, so it doesn't work that way. So the other side, you simply leave it 0 or put 0 there. Then you go to the second line. Now, the second line, you have to account for a liability, which is Zesco is a supplier of expense. So which is what? A creditor. So you simply say creditors control. So like I said there, here you simply paste that thing which the narration which you popped on top of it. Okay. So here you say a tab. There you don't put anything. Tab. Since you have already typed it there, there's a 1,000 on top there, which under bookkeeping, it shows already a difference that it is requiring now an offsetting entry. That's the reason you have seen the 1,000 kwacha here. Okay. So all you need to do now, you need to bring that 1,000 to the credit side because to create a liability. So you simply say 1,000. That's it. The expense for Zesco is done. Your job is to simply save it. It's saved. Okay. If you want to recall that one, you simply come here and recall it here. Okay. It will still come back here as long as it's not yet posted. Finish. So we are done with this. So you can review it before posting. All I'm saying is always review your entries before posting. If you have an assistant accountant, let the assistant accountant keep on packing the journals. They are saving the journals. The job of the accountant is to review these accounts, these journals before posting, so that you have quality accounting. Okay. Once, if you are happy that this is okay, you don't have to waste the time. You simply, once you save it, then you simply close here and post it. Now, before posting it, you need to have a printout. Because what about the auditors? If they will ask you to say, how did you pass this entry? What are you going to do? You need to have a print, and I will show you why you need that printout. So you come here and say, print it, John. So you select it. Since that bill happened in December, if you are going to simply say, today 13 up to 13, you won't see it. It will say, no, that because that expense is not covered by that range. It is covered in the previous year. So all you need to do here, you simply take the range back here, okay, to December. Or if you want, you can even take it to whichever month, as long as it's within that range. So when you do this, then it will come, okay? There it is. So you have that expense coming, right? So that is the journal, supplier journal. Why do you need this, if I may ask? Because at the time of paying, you want to go and refer that journal there under payment to go and select it. As you can see, it has even put the invoice number here. To tell the auditor to say, okay, this invoice number, the details which were passed are this. You can see a debit of electricity there and a creditor as this, okay? So if we have this, you print this one as a supporting document, you attach it together with the bill or the invoice. I think I've explained enough there, okay? Yeah. You see, the creator is also putting admin there. So now, all what we do is simply close it here since we have printed the printout and we have attached it to the invoice. So now, we close it here and post it. That's all. We post it here. Where do we post it? Here? Okay. So we post it here, right? Post. Yeah, it's gone. It's posted. Okay. What does it mean when we post? It means that if I go under Zesco here, purchases, that's where the suppliers are. Supplier ledger here. I'm not doing anything. I just want to view my account for Zesco. Let's see what is happening here. Again, I'll take back my case back so that, or if you want, you can even go to December alone. Okay, where is December? December here, all right, up to 31 December, because that's where that expense is. Or if you want, you can leave it there. Here, it doesn't matter. Which supplier? This is this, okay? Now, which control account? Remember, we are using creditors. So, Zesco falls under creditors. It's not a customer here. Customers are dealt with the salespeople. In your case, you'll be dealing with the creditors. Okay, so you select the creditors here. So tab here, then you preview here. Okay, have you seen that now? That bill of 1,000 is seated here as a liability in Zesco ledger. Okay, the opening balance for Zesco ledger is 0 because this is the first bill which we are dealing with. Is it okay? You see, now the issue is, how are we going to pay this? How are we going to pay this? We are not doing anything. I'm simply walking you through the accounts procedures. Nothing else. I'm simply walking you through so that you have an understanding of what goes in. Be it Sage, be it SAP, be it whatever package you intend to use, it's the same procedure which happens there. The liability has to be created in the system. The liability has to be paid. The transaction have to end up into the trial balance. So now we have created this via the accountant journal, but all what we are saying, after doing that, all these which you are saying are created automatically. We never went there to create a statement for Zesco. No, it was created automatically by the way of completing that JV. Okay, we never went to create a trial balance. But by the way of creating that JV, the trial balance is already created. Where is the trial balance? Before we do the payment, I want to show you, just follow me patiently so that you understand. You come under advanced accounts and do this. Yeah, trial balance for the day only, so that you see what I'm talking about. So, same 30 December up to here. Okay, then preview. Okay, yeah. Right? If you check here, electricity, there is 1,000 here. All right. Then we have also creditors. It shows 1,000 here. At the end here, okay. Okay. You're supposed to balance, but this one is just a production thing. So that's why there is this. So I am only interested with the accounting part. I'm not interested with the invoices. No. Yeah. So for example, if I want, I'm only interested with that particular day. Okay. So that particular day, we said it was 31st December. 31st December. Okay. Where is 31st December? Sorry. 31st December up to 31st December. I just want to see that entry alone. Okay. Okay. There it is. Okay. You have a debit in the expense account and a creditor there. Now, what happens when we pay? We expect this amount to shift from there to payment control account. Payment control account, it means an unrepresented payment waiting to be cleared by the bank. So how are we going to do the payment? It's very simple and the easiest one, okay? So all we need to do is to simply come under purchases. There is where it says the payment voucher. Remember the journal there was the number 1. So the invoice is also there. All we need to do, we simply say, okay, here, when are we paying? We are paying today, which is the 13th. So now, who are we paying? What does it say? Oh, okay. So since the period is closed for this accounting period, it's good that at least you know I need to open the period first here. So to open the period, I'll simply come here and say period change. So I'll do this, yeah, to open the period. In an event, you may find that this is also happening to you. So I'll select from 1st January, I want to open the whole entire 2024. So that people can't go in December. Or since we are still running in December, I'll open in December 2023 as well. Okay, up to 31 December 2024. So now, since we haven't closed December 2023, I'll make it open as well. Yeah. So 2022, I want to include it. Yeah, I'll consider it closed. So I will simply do that. Then you see open. So much that when I go to my payment voucher here, yeah, it should not be complaining in any way. So I'm paying today. So if I do this, you can see it's no longer complaining because the period is open. So who are we paying? We are paying Zesco here. Okay. All right. So reference number means either we are making a transfer or we are making a check. Suppose if it's a check, we say check number, okay, whatever. What's the check number? If it is a transfer ticket, we'll simply say transfer. Transfer number. Normally, like where I'm working, we always have this transfer number numbered. We always put things like that. Maybe this is the reference to number 4. We'll put it there for easy tracing. Then here, exchange rate. Remember what I was saying there. You are dealing with kwacha, so I'll simply put kwacha here. Now, when you check, when you come here, you check, you are not doing anything. As you can see, it shows you the invoice number, which is for Zesco there, it comes automatically there. You are not doing anything. You are simply linking. That's all. That's what it means. Okay? This job is actually very easy. The person doing the payment is doing nothing, completely nothing, but just linking the transaction. So I'll simply select that invoice. You see, it comes automatically there. So here, I'll simply say final payment. If you want to pay 50%, you change here where it says amount to pay. You can put 500 kwacha so that the other 500 kwacha you can come and pay it later. So since we are not doing that, we'll simply say final payment. That's all. Okay. If there is another invoice, if you want to pay another invoice, you select it there. You keep on selecting until all the invoices which you want to pay are finished. If this is the only invoice which you want to pay, you simply save here now. Let me go a little bit on top there. Yeah, here there is a save button. You simply save. This save. Then how do you print the payment part? You come here. It's already here. Then you select the date. You created the payment voucher when today. So like this, okay. Then you preview here. This is your payment voucher. Print this payment voucher. Give it to your MD. If it is above the threshold which you are required to approve, give it to the MD to approve it. Then, as you can see, this 1,000 kwacha, it is going to book to this. There it is. This is the payment. Okay. How much in weight? This is Zambian kwacha. Kwacha 1,000 exact. Okay. Now, the question you might again come to say, how do I print it? It's here. Print view. Then you select here. Print. If I have a printer, it will print there. That's all. There is literally nothing which you are doing on the payment. Completely anyone can do it. You don't need to be an accountant to do this. Anyone can do this. It's just a question of selecting. Who can have some difficulties in selecting? No one can have a difficulty in selecting this. Very straightforward. So after printing, you simply close it there. Okay. Then don't forget to approve it here so that it goes to the accounts. Remember, even here, there is a bookkeeping which is done, which you are not required to do. The system will do the bookkeeping in the background for you. Because if we tell you to say you do the bookkeeping here, maybe again you have challenges. So you simply, instead of doing anything, by clicking here, the system will do the bookkeeping on its own. So I click again. So it has already done the bookkeeping. So what bookkeeping has it done? So you close it here. You go and check your supplier ledger code, Zesco here. Where is it? Here. So now, if I come here and yes, I want everything there. Or if it's okay, if you want, you are only interested for January, see what is happening here. Because you created the voucher today, we want to see whether we'll find an entry under Zesco Limited. Remember, Zesco is a liability, so meaning it's a credit. So if I do this, now notice one thing. That 1,000 which we keyed in December 2023 is coming in as opening balance, but the payment is coming in January. Now, do you see what is happening here? Transfer number is also coded here, okay? The invoice which we are paying is also picked here. Then here, description, final payment. This is the way how the accounts are done. They are simply linking the invoice for Zesco to the payment. And all those transactions, you don't enter them manually, they come automatically. At the end here, if you do that, this account is showing 0 now. So now, meaning the payment is done completely. Now, the only thing which is required is for the person who is doing the cash book to simply wait for the bank statement to see whether that payment will appear on the bank statement. But the accountant now we'll keep on checking here, okay, to see what is happening, because that account now for Zesco, it means it has moved from creditors to payment control account, okay? Payment control account means unpresented checks. Have you seen? There we are. So we have a situation like this. Okay, yeah, right. So you have this, yeah. So now, okay. So now the only thing which you are required to do now to move out that payment control account, if the amount is is cleared by the bank, you simply come back here to your advanced accounts again. Okay. Where is my okay? You come here and do this. Then you put the date when the payment appeared on the bank statement. You simply do it like this. Okay. Let's say maybe it appeared today. Okay. Okay. Just put the payment, the reference showing on the bank statement there. Okay. Of course, maybe they would have allocated it as maybe 00 whatever. So that's what you put in there. So here, exchange rate again, since this is quarter to quarter, you simply do it like this. So here, here you are not doing anything. You want to move this payment to clear it from payment control account to your cash book. So all these three columns, they have now nothing to do with it because you have already accounted for a creditor, which is Zesco, which is already now showing zero. So you say tap until you come to the data sheet. You can see all these, but all these fields are clear. Leave them clear now. You are only clearing the payment. This is where we say clearing, payment clearing. There is also what we call receipt clearing, okay? I think you have read somewhere where it says central bank clearing, okay? They clear the checks, okay? Or whatever payment, they clear them. So you are also doing the same thing. That payment for Zesco is cleared, okay, by the bank. You clear it as well here. So you are going to say payment control account. Okay. You can say payment cleared with the reference. These are required by the auditors. Reference number, always put number. Let's say whatever the reference is there, 125. You remember the one which you have put here, okay? Yeah, so you get that one, put it here. Then instead of going to rewrite it there, you simply copy this so that it goes in the second line, okay? So now you are simply to clear a payment control account, since it's always a credit, it shows only credit entries, you debit it, okay? With how much? 1,000. Here you put a 0, okay? Then where are you clearing it? Who is paying? The cash book is losing out 1,000. So which cash book? Let's say maybe FNB. We have FNB. FNB, okay? We can say bank, okay? We have bank Sanaco. Let's say Sanaco maybe. Yeah. So if your bank is there, it will come there. You simply select your bank. So here I will simply paste here, okay? And here I'll put a 0 because my bank is losing now. I'm crediting. The moment you do that, when you save, that's it. That's it. So here, your assistant accountant, if they want, they can leave it for you so that you also check that the entries are correct when you come here. You can recall it. Once you are happy here, all you need to do, you can either close it here, then go straight here and post the channel here if you don't want to print. Clearing vouchers, you don't necessarily need to print. They're irrelevant. There's no need to print. Yeah, you save paper that. So you select the voucher number here, which is number 2. then here post, that's all. There it is, post. Okay, then close here. Then now, if you check here, your cash book, it has started building with 1,000 kwacha now. Okay, so if I do this and do this, okay, and do this, okay, and you say that was the Bank Zanaco, Bank ZMK, which is that one. Then preview here. Okay, this one is okay. This is the okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, this is just for demo purpose. Yeah, that's why you have all these things. Otherwise, the software which you are using is straightforward. You want to see those things which were coming. Okay, you have seen this. All right. There it is. That's all. Otherwise, this is the way how you have done your cash book and everything is done. So there's nothing to really worry about it. Don't have to do anything. It ends there. That's all. Now, what happens when you are buying goods from somewhere? They have to be received by GRN. What's the procedure now? Excuse me. Okay, fine. So in that case, you need a supplier. Okay. So now, the supplier's account, which is here, let's say we want to buy this. Okay, maybe let's choose a Zambian supplier for easy thing. Although you can use even a foreign supplier, it's okay. Yeah. So here, let's say we are buying goods from this guy here. Okay. Okay. Whatever they are, limited. Boxing, whatever the box down in Osaka. Okay. Then country Zambia. Okay. Then tip in whatever the tip in is. Okay. We add here. Now, the first thing which you need to do, you need to, the cost can only come through an order. This is not a direct expense. Direct expense, I showed you there. Okay, when you are dealing with a utility bill. Now you are receiving stock. Okay, you are buying stock here. Okay, so what do? You come here and create a purchase order, which has to be signed by the director or the senior accountant. So you want to buy from that person. All right. So you can see the supplier comes already there. So when are you buying? Today. And you want these goods in the afternoon. So here, you need to indicate where these are going. If it is production, you select production. Okay. Now, which currency? Now, for argument's sake, let me say this time around, this guy decided to charge us in dollars. Yeah, so that you understand this. When payment delivery terms, you say soon here because they are coming today. Payment terms, let's say also soon. Okay, if it's 30 days, you can put 30 days, 60 days, 120 days, it's up to you. Here, quotation, you simply say not applicable. Unless you are you are using the quotation system whereby you want also to reference the quotation, you can put the quotation number. Then you simply say, yeah, what are you buying? Okay, let's say we are buying rice here, or maybe yeah, rice here. Let's say this is just an example. We are buying rice there. The moment you select it to fill in there, so you simply come here and you put the quantity. Let's say we are buying 500. Okay, cost per kg. These are 500 bags. Okay, or maybe these are too many. Let's say maybe 10 bags. Each bag is going at 125. Okay. Is there any discount? If there is a discount, you can put a discount in percentage. So let's say maybe 1% discount. Okay. VAT is always 16%, you put it there. If these are not applicable, discount you put 0. If there is no VAT there, put a 0. But I'll assume that these are there. Okay. Then you can simply here, when you go in the second line, since you are done, save. Yeah. So that PO is saved. If you want to view the PO, you simply come here and view your PO here. Okay. And select today. Depending to when you created it, you can take the date range. Okay. So you can see there is your PO there. Yeah, this is a sample. You can see the discount is showing me there, the VAT and everything. Okay. So that's way how it is. So I'll close there. So now, the next thing, remember, this was PO number 3. Okay. You write it on a piece of paper if you don't want to print it for reference. But for audit purpose, you are supposed to print the PO so that you attach it together with the GRIN. Because the person who is matching the invoice will require the PO and the GRIN. You understand this? This is the way how it works. Whichever accounting, please understand me. Whichever accounting package, as long as you are doing the procurement, you still need the PO, purchase order, to match it with the GRIN. The GRIN and the PO must be matched together with the purchase journal before you make any payment. These are the 3 key areas. Whichever way, you can ask your auditors to say, why do we need to match the PO to the GRIN? They will tell you. Why do we need to match the GRIN with the PO? They will tell you. Why do we need to match the GRIN, the PO to the invoice? They will tell you the reason. Okay? It's essential. You don't have to miss this. If again you are not too clear, rewind this video so that you watch it again. So I'll say I'll close it here. I know the PO, yeah, number. In your case, you will have printed it by then. Now let's receive the goods. We come here, create GRIN. Okay. When we come here, we select the date when we received the goods, which is today. You select today. Now, what is the purchase order number? It's number 3. You select it there. Okay. What is the exchange rate which is showing only the invoice? Maybe the exchange rate per dollar is 26 kwacha. You put it there. Where are we buying them? From who? From this one. Okay. You can see the moment you select the supplier, your details are already filled down there. But in your case, it's slightly different. These won't come, they will be hidden here. For the reason is because of memory issue, you are putting the data on the internet. You have to come and select line by line here. Once you select the line, to fill in everything there. But this one, because I'm using a local database, that's why you're able to see like that. But otherwise, you're supposed to come and select it like that there. Okay? That's it. So I'll simply save it here. Okay? Now, here, what happens now? I wanted to match the PO, okay, and to the GRIN. Okay? So you select it. This is the GRIN which is selected. What matching means you are marrying them. If there is any difference, then there is an issue, a problem there. So my PO was number 3 here. If you match this to a wrong PO, the system will not allow. Until you select the correct PO, then here I will simply say apply. As you can see, what difficulty is there? Just matching the PO to the created GRIN, is there a problem? I don't see anything here. Here it says, please note that your GRIN matching with the order is complete. You simply say, okay, fine. That's all. So by doing this, the system has done the double entry for you, which you guys are not comfortable with it, because we knew very well to say others might not know to say when you are buying goods, you need first to create a liability. A liability should go under GRIN suspense while waiting for an invoice. So now instead of doing that, we already did that for you, so that the system does the automatic double entry for you. Otherwise, it was going to be chaos. Okay, you are done there. You don't have to do anything. It's already done. Okay, how do you know that that is done? Okay, when you go under here on the trial balance, this is what has happened. Okay, so if I select today, up to date, yeah, like this. Mhm. Okay, have you seen that now I've got a GRN suspense here? Okay, it has come there, and the stock here 32,500, which is converted using that exchange rate. Okay, it has come here. Huh? If I check here down here, it's matching, it's balancing. This is what I meant. Okay, everything is okay with me. Nothing is wrong. Okay, so we are done there. So now the invoice has come. Okay, so now what are we going to do now? We want to move that entry which is seated in the GRN suspense to the supplier, original supplier. Okay, because we have the invoice. Okay, so simply come under purchase and using our supplier invoice here. Now, as you can see, remember I said you need to match the PO, and the PO means purchase order. GRN means goods received note. First, you select your GRN, this one, goods received note, which is number one. You bring it there. Then you always, always use a tab. Always use it. Don't use a shortcut. The tab will show you the next control where, or the next field where you're supposed to go. Okay. Then if I use a tab, it will tell me what next. It is asking to tell what is the invoice date. Maybe since we said the goods will come today, okay, I'll use the same day which will go on the invoice. That is the date which is on the invoice. Then here it will ask me to say, what type of document are you processing? Okay, I will select here, it's an invoice. Then I'll use again my tab control. It is asking me to say, what is the exchange rate which we are using? Okay, remember there I put 26 kwacha. If it's kwacha to kwacha, it was going to be what? Then here, if you use the tab again, it will take you to the invoice number. You simply enter the invoice. The system doesn't know the invoice number, you have to supply it. There is no system which is going to know this, the invoice number. It's the human being to put the invoice number there. That is, whichever system which you are going to use, you have to feed the system what he, because it has no, how is it going to know if you don't feed it? So maybe the invoice number is this here, okay? Then I'll put it there. Then it will ask you to say, okay, me, I don't know the supplier. Who is the supplier of this? Again, you have to tell the system the invoice, the supplier of that invoice. You simply click there and select the supplier. Do you see that what has happened? It has now brought all the entries there relating to that. Okay, that's all what you need to do. Then you simply save it here. So simply save it. That's what you are done. Then now to post it here. If you are running for lunch, you don't want to complete it. It is saved here. You can simply recall it here to still come back, maybe after 2 days or whatever time. When you are done, you need to, or you make sure that it's posted. So where do you post it? You come here. Then here you are simply selecting which the channel is this one which we have created, which is called supplier invoice. That's the channel, supplier, the channel which we are talking about. Then you are matching now the invoice to what? To the GRN here, GRN. So you select the GRN number, which is also one here. If you had printed it, you would have seen it there. Then you simply select here, post, and post here. You are done. That's it. Okay, successive. That's all what you need to do. You have completed the purchase order. Okay, the journey from the purchase order, the journey to the GRN, the goods have been received, the journey to procurement or to accounts paid. All the three stages done. The only stage remaining is to pay. That's all. So now, in this case now, we are done. How do we pay it? You remember, he showed you. You again use the payment voucher here. I hope you remember. Okay. So if I do this, remember we are paying today. I'll come here and select who are we paying? We are paying this guy. Okay. Reference number, I'll say maybe this time around it will be okay. For argument's sake, let's say check. If it's a check number, whatever, maybe this is the check number. Okay. What is the exchange rate? 26. Yeah. Then here, which invoice? Click here, can drop down. You will see this is the invoice which you want to pay. You just select it there. You see it has converted everything in Zambian kwacha there. Okay. So you simply say, if you are paying everything here, you simply say final payment. That's it, you are done. This account now will be closed. Okay. So you simply say, okay, you move this thing a little bit, save. Okay, it's saved. Then you print your payment voucher here. I'll put the date there, today's date. Okay, today's date. Okay, payment. That's your payment voucher. We are paying this in Zambian voucher, but they billed you in what currency? US dollar. Okay, here is the exchange rate. It comes here for audit purpose. Okay, so this is the conversion. Before these are US, after adding the VAT, it came to that, if you remember. Okay, so now since we have this, we done, printed, and the signed, all we need to do now is to close it here. Okay. Then don't forget to approve it here. Okay, you simply approve it. That's all. Start the end of the whole thing. So if I go and check the account for this guy, I'll find that it's 0. Okay, let's check for argument's sake. Let's check. Let's go and check. Let's go and check. So let's go and check. Yeah, check it. Remember, these are creditors. So you see creditors. So preview here. There it is. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So these are the amount we paid. The invoice is that, but there was an underpayment of 1,000. I did deliberately so that you understand what it is. You can see kwacha equivalent is that, but the document amount here is 1437. Here we are saying 13990. So the next time we make a payment, this can be done. That's all. Okay. Now, once this amount appears on the bank statement, you simply transfer it to the bank, your bank, credit your bank account and the debit payment control account. That's all. This is where I think we end, unless there is any issue. Yeah. So now, what if we want to pay that difference? What happens? So you can still go back here and say, okay, although this is the developmental module, I hope it will pick that amount using not the certified package. This is just under development. So you still put the reference, maybe this one is a check now. Maybe this, then the difference is this time around we'll put one because we want to pay that 1,000. I just want to see if it will pick. Yes, it has picked that one. So you pick that 1,000 there. But here we are paying 1,000 kwacha. Yeah, because that is the balance which is there. So fine. That's the amount which was outstanding. If you want, we can even do this, even this part. Is it possible to, oh, this one you can't edit it. That's all. So we can do this save. Okay. Then here, let's see, that's 1,000, whether it will come on the payment voucher because it was pending there. Supposed to show 1 pin. You see, we are paying 1 pin. That one which was pending there, that's what can have this one also closed. All right. So what do we do now? Is to post it. That's it. Done. Right? Done. So when we go there, we should be able to see in this supplier ledger, it should be showing 0. Unless otherwise, yeah. So this is the developmental module, but I'm sure it can pick as well. Creditors, okay. Preview. Yeah, it's showing 0 now, as you can see. 0, 0. So what are we saying? This plus this cancels out with this. This is a document type. Yeah, so that's what it is. So you can see here, the balance is now 0. It's gone. There's nothing. So unless there are any other things, I think this is the way how it works. I will walk to you how to deal with it.